Hello, Happy New Year, and I wish you the absolute best for 2023. Hopefully it's going to be a good year for the channel, because we are bringing back the AI Racing Series on BeamNG. And since we've been talking about that a bit lately, because I just released the trailer for Season 2, so I found a track, I've got an idea for the first set of cars for Race 1. It should be a lot of fun. Since I've been asked quite a bit about when am I going to do it, so now's the time, we're going to do it. So I thought it'd be fun to have a bit of a recap from Season 1, and I thought we could do like a top 10 crash replays. I think it might be quite a bit of fun. And also I wanted to just announce, since we're on the subject, for Season 2, I've decided it would be a lot of fun to have any viewers of the channel to adopt an AI car. So it would be a first come first serve sort of thing. In my Discord below, I've set up a room for the BeamNG AI Racing Series, and I'll put a list of all the vehicles in there. And the first person to say, "Hey, I want that car," you can have it. And then when the commentators are commentating on the race, they'll be referring to you as the driver. So far, we've got two of my friends on Discord have taken 2 cars already. So there's 6 left for Season 2 Race 1, which is the Derby class. So it won't be there yet, but I will put a proper list in the Discord server for the BeamNG AI Race Series, and you can, if you're the first person, it's first come first served. So just a brief rundown on how the series works. There are 9 races. Races 1 through 8 will have a winner of each race, and all the winners from races 1 to 8 will come together and race in race 9. Even I don't know who's going to win, because it's all AI coded, so I don't know who's going to win. So that's what makes it so interesting. But in each race there are 7 heats, and 1 vehicle is knocked out in each heat until there's 1 left, which will go through to the final race 9. But if more than 1 vehicle wrecks, they're eliminated if all the other cars cross the line. But if more than 1 vehicle wrecks, then there are tiebreakers to determine the eliminated vehicle for that race. So I hope that makes sense. But Season 2 is coming very soon. So today I thought it would be fun if we looked at, I don't know, like a top 10 crash replays from Season 1. But before we get into the top 10, I have a couple of honourable mentions that I wanted to just talk about briefly, because it was so hard. There were so many crashes in Season 1. It took me hours to find all the crashes and decide which crashes to talk about. So the first one is the Pigeon's Hood, which was from Race 3, the public service vehicles race. I don't know why, the commentary just kind of made me laugh. I thought it was quite funny, and I thought I'd mention it.
Oh, the Pigeon made it through. It looks like they did not fit that bonnet, the hood, properly, and it's just popped straight up.
So the next honourable mention is the Pessimer Wagon and the modded JBX 100 mid-air collision, which was from Race 8, the tuned Japanese classics. Just a spin out. Whoa! We actually had a mid-air collision.
On board here with the Kashira. Wow, that looked really bad.
That was a bad accident. That was now on board with the JBX. Ooh. Wow. Thankfully this is the AI race, because we know that no one was injured, but that looked like quite a bad accident. Then it's the Sunburst Off-Road Roll, which was from Race 9, the finale. Off-road.
Ooh, wow, what happened? I think, oh wow, that was quite a bad hit.
So it looks like the D15 actually pushed the Sunburst Off-Road into the rear quarter of the wagon, and it just sent it up flying. And the next one, I really wanted to include in the top 10, but I was struggling to put it up against all the other crashes. But I love this one, because this is the ETKK series police car. I think it was the Italian police car. Just gets completely flattened by the Roma, the sheriff. Which again was Race 3, the public service vehicles. And meanwhile, the ETKK series is going, whoa! Oh no, there's been a really bad accident, a bit of, oh dear, there's been some contact there. So the sheriff's car has literally flattened the front end of the ETK.
Yeah, the weight of the sheriff's car has just completely totaled the ETK, and I think that's going to be it for the German car.
I think it may well be an onboard, wow, an onboard view there, a replay on board of that car. And then the last honourable mention was the Roma off-road. I find it quite interesting, because the Roma rolls and crashes, gets knocked by the Corvette slightly, because the Corvette compared to the Roma is quite small, and then the big off-road van, I forget which one it is now, comes flying around and smacks into the Roma that's on its side, and the spare tyre goes flying. This is from Race 5, the off-road tuned race.
Oh, the Roma tried to hitch a ride on the back of the Gambler. Oh, a little A little peck on the back by the Corvette. Oh my goodness! And then the H15 gives the Roma quite a big knock, and then the hopper after that.
So we've got a replay to see what happened here. The little knock by the Corvette, and then the H15, and then the hopper. So it looks like what happened is the Roma had landed on that flatbed of the Gambler, which is like a Ute type vehicle, and but landed slightly awkwardly, half on, half off, which made it roll. And then he just couldn't regain control, and quite a big hit by the H15, and I think that's a spare wheel. I don't know if that's one of their wheels.
Oh yeah, it's the wheel from the roof.
Yeah, it's the wheel from the roof. Okay, so that was kind of interesting to kind of recap on some of those, but now we're into the top 10. So in number 10 is the Superlight Roll, where it comes off the jump and lands and just flips like crazy. This is the Blackpool Superlight SR300RR, which is a mod for Beam, and this is race 7, the track toys. The Featherfoot spins out a beautiful jump by the Superlight, but he's rolled. Is he going to be out of commission? So another replay, another angle of the Superlight as he lands, catches the rubber catches the wheels, catches the road and flips it.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem with having really grippy tyres. If you land like that, sideways, the two wheels on one side hit the ground, grips, flips it and flings it.
Yeah, and it sets it off into a crazy roll. Now now I don't know whether the Superlight is going to be able to continue. So that's the worst thing when you see a shot of the sky like that. It means that you can't see where you're going. Okay, in number 9, it's the Special and the Bluebuck. So this is the Gavril Bluebuck drag and the Burnside Special drag. This one was quite interesting to me because the Bluebuck got stuck early on, and then the Special comes flying down and just misses the ramp slightly, and then just jumps up and goes flying off the metal grid on the side of the ramp. This was the race 2 drag tuned.
Oh, here's the Special. Oh, and the Special now has the rear right-hand tyre just dropped down off that ramp, and when it hit the main bit of metal, it just flew it flying up into the air and had no chance to regain control, and has just rear-ended upside down the bar stow, as the bar stow was stuck there from earlier on.
So for number 8, it is a three-way dance. I don't know why I called it that, but it is what it is. All 3 Gavril drag cars, so it was the Bluebuck, the Grand Marshal and the Roma, they all go up the ramp at the same time, and it just all goes completely pear-shaped. I think it was that they hit the Grand Marshal and they both jumped over the Grand Marshal, and it was just all 3 of them rolling and spinning around. I just thought it was quite interesting. Oh dear, so the Grand Marshals, they're all on top of each other. The Roma and the Bluebuck have both hit that the Grand Marshal from behind, and the 3 of them as a cluster just started rolling everywhere. So that means then that the Special now has an opening to get off in front, and we'll see what happens if one of these cars can regain control and go after the Special.
Quite an epic crash there.
So the number 7 is the Minicorn and the 200BX Roll. Sounds like something you might have for lunch. I don't know. But anyway, so it's the Ibishu 200BX track car, the Ibishu Shasai Okudai Minicorn, which is a mod for Beam. And also involved was the JBX 100, where they all go up the ramp, similar to the last one. They all go up the ramp and they all just pile over each other and then start rolling all over the place. It just was interesting to me. So this is race 8, the tuned Japanese classics.
Landed, oh my, what is going on?
It's going crazy. Okay, so we're on board with the Minicorn just to get an idea of what happened. I think what happened, so another angle. So it looks like a few vehicles landed on top of the wagon. So it was the Minicorn and the 200BX landed on top of the wagon, which sent them off into a rolling frenzy.
It did, and what beautiful. We need some ballerina classical music. They're dancing beautifully.
So at number 6, it's the Mega Combo from the Ute. So in this one was quite funny because the commentators are talking about if there were points for number of cars hit. The Ute, which was a mod for the Burnside Special Custom, the Ute mod. And so it hits literally all the cars because it hits like 5 or 6 cars in one go, and it was just quite funny. And how it ended on Sadie's, which is another mod, which is the old car, the Sadie's hood. It just balances on Sadie's hood at the end. Oh no! As the Ute tries to cross the line on the first lap, so it still has 1 lap to go. So he's got his pedal to the metal still.
Perhaps these cars should have got out of the way. They've caused all sorts of trouble.
Yes, they have, haven't they? I just don't know how the Ute would have recovered that. He just drives over, say, you can see that dent in the King Snake's roof. And then as he literally half of his car, he drives over the King Snake and then collides with the Beast, and that sends him off into a roll. And then he crashes into Sadie and the Firehawk.
Well, maximum points for cars hit in one go. Combo. It's a combo.
Yeah, I didn't think we were giving points for combos, but that is quite impressive, isn't it?
Yes, that was, and then he balances on the hood of Sadie.
Okay, so then in number 5, for 5th place, the Kashira Flip 1 and 2. Now, I don't know. I know there's I didn't mean to put the Kashira in so much, but it's these two rolls were both from the same race, which was race 2, the drag tuned. So this is a mod, which is the Abishu Kashira, which is a mod for Beam, and it's the drag version of that. But I'm pretty sure, though, if Boots was here, he wouldn't be happy.
Oi, what's going on? How can there be 2 Kashiras here? You know how stupid the Kashira is? It just kept rolling. It was pointless. I don't know why it was even here.
All right. That's what I'm imagining Boots would say if he was here.
Oh, 2 wheels. He's rolled again.
Wow, that was quite an epic pirouetting by the Kashira.
Yeah, the Kashira's hopeless. I don't even, like I said, I don't even know why it's in this race. It's been hopeless.
Well, it did quite well in the qualifying. It got the 4th best time of 30.70.
Yeah, but that's not going to help him here.
Thankfully, he has that roll cage, and that has stopped the roof from completely caving in. On board with the Kashira again, you can see as he lands, tries to correct on 2 wheels. Really, he should have turned a bit right. He should have turned right then to try and get those wheels back down.
Yeah, I think that's what he should have done, but I suppose he didn't want to turn too far right, and he's back. He's done it again.
Kashira's managed to get back onto his wheels and has rolled again. Wow, that was quite a bad crash by the Kashira.
Yeah, that was. The Kashira keeps rolling, and this was a really bad time to roll because he couldn't control himself. He was going too fast. He rolled. He had no way to stop himself.
No, he didn't, and that turned out to be quite a bad crash. But I think he's all okay. Here we're now on board with the Kashira. You can see you would just be getting completely dizzy. Good. So in number 4 is the Barstow Takeoff. So this was this was the second race. So this was quite early on in the series, and this one in particular just raised my eyebrows from back then when I'd first started it. And the way that the Barstow just goes on its side and then the roof hits the barrier and then it flips like crazy. This was really quite something, and I thought it was worthy of the top 10, 100%. Oh yeah, sorry, and that was also from race 2 drag.
Go on, the Barstow is in first place. No, what has happened? Oh no, the Barstow has had quite a bad accident.
Oh, and the D15, that was a bit of a cheap hit by the D15, just as the Barstow was down.
Okay, we've got a replay now. You can see in slow motion the way the Barstow lands and just can't get grip, and it's on 2 wheels, leaning to one side and just roof first into that immovable barrier, which just sent it flying. Thankfully, he has a good roll cage.
Good. In at number 3 is the little French car, the FCV. I love the FCV. I think it's a really cool car. And this particular version, the hill climb version, this was race 4, the hill climb class. And this particular roll, because the FCV didn't have too much trouble in the race, it was just this was quite an epic roll, and I thought it was definitely worthy. And so I thought it'd be good for number 3, FCV to the green, to try to get past, because don't forget it's this is going to
oh, look at that dirty driving. Oh my goodness, that was, can we get a slow motion of that?
Here we go. So it looks like the front wheel, right wheel of the FCV is buckled and is not steering at all. The sunburst just gives the FCV a dirty tap, and that sends him off. Oh, and just for good measure, the wing flings off there.
And that sends the FCV onto a rolling frenzy. Safely onto the fairway.
Isn't that a golf joke again, isn't it? Oh dear, so the front wheel, no wonder he couldn't correct himself. So I think that's it now. It looks like, unfortunately for the FCV. Good. So in at number 2 is the dancing Kashira. And again, I'm sure Boots would not be happy because he's not really into these Japanese cars. He calls them racers. So he wouldn't be happy to see the Kashira in here again. But this was just quite an interesting crash. This was from race 4, the hill climb class. Beautiful flight by the FCV.
The Kashira has rolled. Yeah, we were waiting to see the rolling of the Kashira.
And the Kashira was collecting body parts from the track. You could see all these bits that seem to have stuck to the front of the Kashira.
Yeah, it's like it's crashed through the window of a car spares shop, and everything's just stuck to it.
Oh, wow, beautiful rolling there. We need some classical music as the Kashira is dancing and spinning.
Yes, but it's not going to do it any good. What is this all about? How can it be in here 3 times? We need some of these muscle cars in there. We don't need any more of these racers, these pointless cars, especially this one keeps rolling all the time. What is that all about? Really not happy. She fell over.
Something like that. Anyway, I don't know. What am I talking? I don't know. Anyway, so now in number 1, we have Sunbursts into a roll. So this is again from the hill climb class, because this was quite interesting. Like the drag tune race, it was quite an interesting race. This was race 4, hill climb, and this is where the Sunburst just breaks into an absolutely crazy roll that just seems to go on for ages. So that the owl completely misses the ramp, and it looks like now, if the... Oh no!
Is this the Sunburst? On board with the Sunburst, and he's rolled again.
Wow, it's more luck than judgment, and he's back on his wheels. I can't believe the Sunburst is still going. We've got another angle here. You can just see the... Oh, it looks like the one of the wheels from the downforce fan has managed to follow the Sunburst. So he bounces up and overcooks it, and then there's just no way out of that. And he's set off into a rolling frenzy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the downforce fan's wheel. She fell over.
It certainly did. Certainly did. Now, I don't know how many rolls that is, but that's quite an epic amount of rolls. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how the Sunburst is going to make it through. He's had nothing but trouble and has rolled many times.
Awesome. So, there you go. That is what it is. I don't know. There were so many crashes. There were so many kind of mid-air collisions, and it was so hard to decide 10. I mean, I've already added some honourable mentions, but there's a bunch that I didn't include. But it was so hard because there were so many interesting crashes, so many mid-air collisions. But I'm hoping that season 2 is going to be a fun one. I mean, these videos, the AI racing videos are a lot of work, but it's so worth it. You know, if people seem to enjoy them, and it's fun, and I do have a lot of fun with the commentary, and I hope you guys enjoy them too, because season 2 is coming. And we found that new track, and it seems to work, even though I have to put the nodes in every time, because with this season 1 track, the figure of 8, the nodes stayed the same every time, so I just pasted them in every time. Whereas with this new track, the double figure of 8, I have to put the nodes in every time. Every time I reload Beam, the nodes reset, unfortunately. But it is what it is. But this is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the support. I'm sorry it's taken this long to do season 2 of the AI Racing Series, but I'm back on it now. I've listened to you, and we're doing it. Make sure you check out my Discord if you want to get involved and chat. If I can help with the scripting, I'll do my best. I'm not, the best at this sort of stuff, but I just kind of mess about and teach myself. So I'm always there to help if you need help. But with all that said, thank you very much for watching. Whoever you are, whatever you are, have an awesome day and have an awesome 2023. I'll see you in the next one.